Remember when there was the days when we had the bottles in the club, let's bust us up. No one even understands or comprehends what life is really about. You never thought that everything was gonna be easy, but now you know it's a little bit of greedy, because you gotta make sure you make the money, just to make sure you got a good living, and life is deceiving, because when you think you're gonna get a little bit older, life just gets a little bit colder. Feels like you lost a soul, but when you figure out that later on it fills the hole with everything that makes you happy. You got a daughter and a new girl, now your life is swirling, still not gonna feel like it's gonna keep hurling, but it keeps whirling, and you know something's gonna happen great the next, because that's your fate. Even if it takes a fight for a battle just to get your daughter, and then that's when the stardom starts to rattle. Because everything I lived for was respect, but then it got rejected and then infected everything around me. I lost my homies that I had back then, and now I'm living life stronger as I ever was or ever then. Just can't believe when you're a kid you think you can have a heyday, not making money, just sitting on your ass. But when you figure out that back in the past, you can't believe you were thinking that, because for a matter of fact you gotta act when you need to get a job. What's the odds that you gotta grow up being like your parents, being like a stunt? But everybody knows that this ain't a stunt, so don't judge everything that happened in your life, because you gotta deal with it with a strike at first, and that's just the first step to getting back to being immature. Do it mature. I just don't know, it's not a lecture, but I'm going to tell you this like it was a fracture. Sucking your bone, breaking everything, it takes everything out of you. But again, when you find something true, it's going to make you feel from blue to yellow. Like the sun, everything is mellow. Like you were over by the sand, over by the beach, and look at this, you don't got to someone by your leg with a leash. Making sure that you don't get money bummed off of you that doesn't get paid back, that's dead. But no one knows what the rat yet until you figure it out. What? Again, life is not just a game you could play and relive. Just know it gets to see, because every time you think you're doing something good, you relieve and retrieve everything. Happiness is hard to achieve. It's hard to reach. Figuring it out is the hardest part. Figuring out like you were torn apart, piece by piece, before you can actually get to the mind frame. Stay sane. Yeah, party once in a while, but don't get it all wild. Because if you can't handle it, there's no point of even trying to do that when you just dismantling your biggest joy, explode, and then you feel like you did with glory.